Good evening, everyone. Friday night, a random live stream, 10 o'clock UK time, 11 o'clock where I am here in Spain. Good evening to you, one and all. I've got to tell you guys, this is like my first day at school. It's first live stream for a couple of weeks and a new setup, a new internet connection. I hope everything's working okay. Let me know in the comments, is the sound okay? Is the picture okay? Good evening, Vanessa. Lovely to see you. Don, evening, Paul. Good to see you back. How's the ground? I'll have an update on the boy later on. Evening, Tim. Lovely to see you, mate. Hi, Alan. Lovely to see everyone piling in. So tonight, guys, look, the show belongs to you. The floor is open. Anything you want to discuss, pop it in the chat, loud and clear. Thank you very much, Des. Appreciate that, mate. Hey, Jennifer. Hi, Howard. Linda. Great to see you. Lovely to see you all piling in. Going to be a smaller crowd than usual for many reasons. Obviously, some people feel now that I no longer represent them. That's their prerogative. Other people are more than happy just to, have a little bit of entertainment, a bit of togetherness. Absolutely, where are we? Absolutely, Dexter Mitchell. Sorry. Big up, Tommy. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Daily Sheep. Really appreciate that. Look, I'm going to start off with a bit of a confession. I've been feeling a little bit guilty this last few days, this last few weeks, really, because, the amount of messages that I've received from everyone has shown me, I didn't need it showing me, I already knew. But it proved to me how much a voice like this means to a lot of you guys. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to desert you. I'm not going to desert the politics. I'm just going to slow it down a little bit. We're going to do other stuff and have a little bit more fun. But I mean, tonight there's going to be some political chat. There's going to be an update on the dog, because I know a lot of you are asking about that. Thank you very much, Mr. H. Appreciate that. Cheers, Debbie. Missed you too. Thank you, Jill. Yeah, I'm feeling so much better out here. I really am. We'll start off with, we'll work our way into it. 700 people watching nearly. Thank you very much on a Friday night. A bit later than I'd hoped, but there we go. So we'll start off with one or two of the lighter stuff and we'll work our way into it. Life here in Spain, what's it been like so far? Well, different, obviously. It's a move that my wife and I have been thinking about making for many, many years. Anyone that's watched me for long enough knows that we were talking about moving here 4 or 5 years ago. We've been regular visitors during that period and long before that, in fact, going back to when my kids were kids. They're all grown up now. Evening, Chris. Nice one. Choose change. Hello, Paul. You got my voice back, brother. I know it's difficult, but your path is written. Look, it doesn't matter how much I want to stop talking about certain things. The fact of the matter is I can't, because I can't desert my beliefs. But we'll get onto that a little bit later. It's all been pretty hectic. I would love to have taken you on some of the journey that I've been through over the last couple of weeks. Shoaib, how you doing, brother? Lovely to see you in the chat there. The microphone's getting bigger and bigger. I think it might just be getting a bit nearer to the camera. So yeah, I mean, life here is different. We knew what it was going to be like, finding somewhere to live, finding somewhere to, getting all the animals over, finding somewhere to stay for a reasonable period of time has not been easy. This is the new setup. This is the new home for now, at least. Do Dino in the tube, why did you lose so many followers? Haven't lost that many, to be fair. I've lost about 1,500, which is, considering I said that I wasn't going to be talking about politics anymore, it's fair enough. Thank you very much, John. That's very nice of you to say that. But we're enjoying it out here. The weather's been amazing. I never stop thinking about everyone back at home, obviously. Rachel Thieves wants your pension, Paul. Well, they've had everything else out of me, haven't they? They've had everything else out of me. But what was the reason? Well, as I just mentioned, I said that I wasn't going to be talking about politics. But look, it's my channel. I'll talk about whatever I fancy talking about, to be honest. Starmer isn't working for the UK. You don't say. Tim said you did well getting out when you did, Paul. The funny thing is, there's more Brits here than there is in bloody Brighton. So I don't particularly get homesick because wherever I go, I mean, my neighbours here are British. Let's think. This side, they're British. Opposite, they're British. So, it's pretty much like being at home anyway. Dewey free, say no more. Listen, if you've got that disgusting habit, which unfortunately I have, it is a hell of a lot cheaper. Alan, won't be long before I'm out there, brother. I'll have you back. Nice one, Alan. But yeah, I mean, I've been feeling a bit guilty about, leaving the UK. But then when I think about the reasons I left, I think I had every right to and every reason to. It was made pretty obvious to me that they were going to make my life as uncomfortable as they possibly could. And I didn't really want to give them that reason, to be fair. Paul, Lauren, that's a good question. Paul, did you ever get a reason for the lockdown at the school? My daughter at same school and never found out. No, never. So, Lauren, is your daughter at the same school as my granddaughter? Interesting. The Spanish people have been amazing, absolutely amazing. Very, very friendly, super friendly, and great when they realise that you're trying to learn a bit of the language, which I'm not doing too bad, I'm pleased to say. Yes, I will be doing the live with Richard again very soon. Danny will also be on. Fat cat, thank you. Meow, meow. I don't think the PM will be resigning anytime soon. Sue, hello, Paul. So good to meet you last summer. Thank you very much, Sue. That is lovely, and it was lovely to meet you too. Alan, everyone I know that's left the UK said they will never come back. Yeah, Stargazer, people judging you are protecting their own guilt due to doing nothing, dumping responsibility. I think there's a lot of truth to that, Stargazer, a lot of truth. Lauren, thanks. Interesting. Yep, we never found out. We never found out. Shoaib, he's like a brother to me. Shoaib, mate. Let me just say, this guy has been so decent and so honest, and what a cracking individual he is. Ironic that one of the most loyal friends that I've made in this YouTube space happens to be a Muslim. Don't feel guilty, brother. You've done enough. Now it's your time to relax and enjoy. Yeah, and you be careful too, my friend. You be careful too. Little update on the dog, shall we? Because I know a lot of you have been asking about the dog. For those of you that missed it, my daughter and my son-in-law have been here now for about 4 months. And my son-in-law came across what I would describe as a rescue home for dogs. But it appears, and we can't prove this, but it appears that, I think these people use the dogs to make a lot of money. They take donations for the dogs, etc. And he donated some money for this dog and decided to go back. He went back 2 or 3 times, and the situation of the dog never changed. And he started to get very suspicious about the motives of this particular animal, and kept going back again and again. Every time he was going, he was giving him a little bit of money, 20 euros or something. But then the last time that he went, they got a bit funny with him. They asked him why he kept coming back, and he said, well, I want to make sure the dog's all right. He's got into my mind. I've been telling my partner about it, and I'm worried about him. Would you consider letting us give him a home? And they said no. And we found that very strange. I don't want to upset anyone, but this is a couple of pictures of the dog when my son-in-law first found him. As you can see, he's cowering in the corner there. And he wouldn't look at you. He's underweight. He's got healed wounds all over him. Anyway, after a lot of bargaining and a lot of bartering and a bit of money changed hands, the dog, they allowed him to leave. He's now back with my son-in-law, my daughter, my granddaughter, and their other rescue dog. And they've had him a week tomorrow. And these are the latest 2 videos that my daughter has sent me. So he's now got a new friend. They've just started playing together and started to bond, which is lovely. This video was taken just yesterday morning. What my daughter's done is she's given him the spare bedroom. So the dog has now got a bed to himself. And she walked into the bedroom, and instead of cowering in the corner, this was his reaction yesterday morning. How beautiful is that? Now, I've cut my daughter's voice out of that video for obvious reasons, but she calls him baby. She's going, come on, baby, how are you? And he's wagging his tail. I'm so, you know, we're very, very pleased with his progress, and I'll keep you up to date. But he's got a good home. He's not going to come to any harm. He's staying there now for life, and my pleasure, Shoaib. Absolutely my pleasure, and I mean it as well, brother. I mean every word. Jack, everyone signed the pledge. Absolutely. I know Richard and Jeff were talking about it last night. Yep, absolutely. The dog is a little beauty. He is indeed. Let's have a little look here. Mouse Charger, has the dog got an ensuite too now? He's got everything. He's got everything he could want now. He will be treated like an absolute lord. Yeah, we got Boston as well. Yeah, we got Boston. I think she's coming up 14 now. Yeah, I mean, the way, honestly, I don't know how anyone can treat animals like that. Yeah, absolutely, Alan, absolutely. For me, anyone that does that to an animal is capable of doing something similar to a child, for me. That's the bottom line. If you can do that to animals, wow. Angela, looking tanned. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Angela, give me a few weeks. Yeah, he needs love, absolutely, and he's going to get plenty of it. But the nice thing is he's bonding with my daughter's other rescue dog, who wasn't quite as bad as that when she first got him. But for instance, when I used to walk in the room with the dog that she's already got, he wouldn't come anywhere near me. Now he runs and jumps on my lap, and yeah, brilliant. Has the dog been chipped? Not yet. We're going to get him down a vet next week. He's going to have a full MOT service. And yeah, get him. Yeah, massive progress, Mark. Yeah, massive progress. But I mean, like, 6 days. I mean, the dog's got to learn to trust human beings again. And that's the sad thing. It's like they're always willing to give humans another chance when, quite honestly, we don't bloody deserve it sometimes. But there you go. But that's an update on the dog. I know a lot of you have been asking me about that. Lucy Connolly. I want to talk about Lucy Connolly a little bit tonight. I was utterly convinced that she was going to get out last week. Just unreal that they denied her release. And to think that the United States government now is monitoring the situation of a British political prisoner. And that's what she is, in my opinion. I'm entitled to that opinion. I don't think having an opinion I don't know what happened there. I don't think it's illegal just yet to have an opinion. I think she's a political prisoner. Now, at the end of the day, for the United States government to have their eyes on Lucy's situation just tells you, it gives you an idea of the situation that we find ourselves in. Lucy, among others, are now in the forefront of my mind. Certainly, I've been trying to write some letters this week in between doing what I have to do here to different people, but there needs to be more of an effort to get Lucy's plight in the media, in the news. I've been speaking to some people that I know have influence in America, but there are times when we all feel lost, that there's nothing much that we can do. But Lucy's situation is just unbelievable. And I was gobsmacked when they refused an early release last week. Let me know what you think. What a long neck. I don't know what happens there. When I press on, for some reason, when I click on the link, chat, I'm disappearing. There's also a new feature here on the StreamYard now, which says show comments on page. You see them in the bottom corner? I'll leave them up for a little while. Might be a bit dangerous, but thank you, Craig. Appreciate that. Yeah, very cute, Paul. Absolutely. Alan says he's happy and content. Well, he's got a long way to go, a very long way to go, but we will do our best for him. Wait and see the videos in the fourth, as the weeks go by. Boo Clan 66, hi mate, lived abroad in Asia for 15 years, brought my daughter and mum back due to COVID and wish I never had. You've done the right thing, mate, from another man called Paul. Thank you, mate. What's his name now? That's a good one. He didn't have a name. I think that they said his name was Fred, but I think they plucked that one out of the sky. So my daughter said, what should I call him, Dad? I said, well, now you've got hold of him, you should call him Lucky. But she's been calling him Baby. I don't know. I don't know what his name's going to be. I'll let you know. Jennifer, that is the fear. That is a fear, Jennifer, obviously. But we've got our eyes on it. Yeah, he's been eating, Julie, he's been eating fresh chicken all week. She's been out buying him chicken and cooking him chicken all week. Trevor says the UK is not finished until the fat lady sings, and that is never going to happen. Quite why I'm disappearing when I put the chat up tonight, I don't know. Let me try something else. Yeah, no, that's not working either. Yep, fostered 4 dogs, bit of a handful, but needed saving. That's God's work, that is, mate. John Capone, great to see Tommy getting out. What did you think of his staunchness towards the cause? Straight out and straight at it. Fair play to Tommy. He's weathered the storm well. Will you make contact? Yeah, I'm hoping to be talking to him very shortly. Look, what can you say about the man? I mean, I said it the other day in a video that I don't know anyone like him, not only in the UK, but anywhere in the world. Is he the bravest man in the world? Very possibly. Very likely. He never gives up. He never gives in. He refuses to back down. And again, if I'm truthful with you, that's one of the reasons why I pulled back a little bit, because there's only one Tommy, and people were starting to look at me to become a similar figure, and I'm just too old for that. I'm not strong enough. I'm just being honest with you guys. So I don't have the backbone that he has. I never have, probably never have had, but certainly not in the later years in my life, and certainly not when I've got grandchildren to help take care of. And if anyone doesn't understand that, that's fine. That's fine. I respect their opinion. But if they was in my position, I think they'd think twice. But for me, I'm very interested to see what his next moves are. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea, Debbie. I'll put it to her. a short while with your daughter and he'll be winning at Romford in 6 weeks. Wouldn't that be a turnout, eh? Wouldn't that be a turnout? For Fox's sake, he's moving to Japan soon. Thank you so much for your bravery and patriotism. Leicester fan there. What is next for him? Well, for me, it's imperative. My aim all along, and Tommy knows this, my aim all along was to get Tommy out to America to meet Elon Musk and hopefully JD Vance, even the big man himself. Thank you, Brian. I don't know why when I click on these messages tonight that I'm disappearing, but there you go. Mr. Knight, thank you very much. Good to see you too, mate. Renee, how you doing, Renee? A long-term viewer from my watch days. Renee, lovely to see you, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah, Elon Musk for me. Elon Musk, JD Vance. But he is a journalist, and he is the best journalist there is, without a shadow of a doubt. And I think a lot of what he says about the media shooting themselves in the foot is absolutely right. Yes, Lauren. Yes, I will. I'll pop it in the chat, Lauren. Let me just see if I can. Yeah, I'll pop it in the chat, Lauren. So if you go to the bottom of the chat, my email address is in there. Let's have a little look at this one. Shines on truth. Do you know you was doing well and recently you had people hating you? Why? Because you was selling yourself for a person. Tommy, was it worth it? Yeah. I don't quite understand that message, to be fair. AJ Aldis, did you see Tommy's interview with Ezra? He was so upbeat about September. Absolutely, of course. Yeah, I watched that. Nice to see you, AJ Aldis. I will be completely and utterly supporting that event. Show him. Paul, you're looking more brown than me, brother. I love that. Nice bit of banter. That's what it's all about. Margaret, feeling great. Thank you. Nora, Paul, your daughter must be a chip off the old block. Good people all round. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, look, I tell you what, she gets it from me, my mum. My mum was massive animal lover, dogs in particular. Sufferfish, you should set up a dog rescue. I think my daughter would love to do that. She's very much into her dogs and her cats. I'll tell you what, talk about break your heart. How many would you take? Yeah, well, look, this is the other thing as well. I mean, look, there are other animals there, but he was by far the worst. They said that he was such a softie that the other animals were bullying him, etc. Look, who knows the truth of the background story? Who knows? Yep, singing the blues. Yep, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, there is. It's very difficult, Mouse Charger. Very difficult. Jack says, free Lucy Connolly now. Yeah, absolutely. It is an absolute stitch up. I believe that in times to come. Now, when I get rid of that message, now I'm getting rid of myself as well. What's going on there? That is very weird tonight. I think that in years to come, this whole last 12 months is going to come under a lot of scrutiny. Because there is no doubt there have people been sent to jail for crazy things, crazy reasons, and certainly don't deserve to be there. Dark forces at work here, Paul. Yeah, it's going all funny tonight. Yeah, absolutely. The British Patriot, she is a hostage to the state. Hey, Katie Hopkins got it right. If anyone didn't see Katie's video yesterday, wow. I mean, look, Katie is a superstar, isn't she? And when you watch a video like the one she dropped yesterday, that's why she's a superstar, because she is absolutely on the money in every single thing she said in that video about Lucy, about this government, about the situation, about Liverpool. And we'll talk about that a little bit in a second as well. We can't obviously talk about the case itself. An opinion is not a crime. Well, it shouldn't be. But something that occurred me with the Liverpool situation. Guys, just let me know if you can still see and hear me okay. That's really weird. Am I back? Let's have a little look. How old is the dog? We believe he's about a year old. Juan, Handy Brooks, Juan, as in one lucky pup. Thank you, Lorraine. RK702, Rob, nice to see you, my friend. Long time no see. Someone said, call him Spencer. So hopefully I'm back. Lady Cat Blue, Tommy is a one-off brave man with a good heart. Absolutely. Jack says, get Tommy on again. Yeah, I hope to do that. England forever. Cheers, mate. I have to say, Paul, if we want another Tommy, I think the channel Patriot Movement is similar to Tommy. He isn't scared. I watched his live tonight and he spoke the truth like Tommy. He doesn't have fear. Look, fair play. Craig's a new member. Thank you, Craig. Lauren, thank you, mate. We'll be in touch. Appreciate it. Yep, no problem, Lauren. Guatano, Elon's new city in Texas will be a hot spot soon. Not sure what is going on with this tonight. This system is playing up something wrong. We need real leadership in the UK now. We do, absolutely. 1,500 people watching, guys. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Would really appreciate that. Lastly for tonight, I want to know from you guys what you want on this channel coming up in the future. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm going to continue to fight for the things that I believe that are right. But I want to really, for me, I would like a more community-based channel where you guys can help each other in the chat. you know, we can talk about any particular subjects that you want, and just have a genuinely good community. So Shines on the Truth has come back with an answer. I'm not going to put it up because when I put it up, I disappear. Basically, be yourself, be true to yourself, and stop being a follower. I've always been true to myself, and I don't really ever consider that I've been a follower of anyone. Fulham FC, maybe, but apart from that, not really. Tommy looks younger with his slim face. Glad he got rid of the werewolf hair. God, blimey, yeah. That's some hair when he came out, right? Let's have a little look. Yeah, let me know what you want in the future. Galloway Raider, stalk the family first, Paul. Hope you're doing well, bro. I'm saying good night. Galloway Raider, good night, and thank you very much. Ugly Boy says Starmer should be arrested for the manslaughter of Peter Lynch at least. Look, there are a lot of questions that I think need answers too. I think the Americans have got their eye on the UK, and I hope that they keep their eye on the UK and the people of the UK. Katie tells us it is. Vanessa, absolutely. Sammy Richardson, how are you finding Spain, Paul? What are you gaining and what are you missing from the UK? What am I gaining? What am I gaining? From what I've seen, I've only been here just, 5 weeks now? I would say that I'm very impressed with the police here, very impressed. They look like they mean business. They do mean business. I was in Alicante today, and the police were at the train station with a sniffer dog. They were stopping and searching random people. When I got on the train, I felt under no threat whatsoever from anyone. Literally no threat at all. The weather's great. The scenery is beautiful. The people are friendly. It's cheaper. What do I miss? Home. The UK, England will always be my home. Obviously, not all my family are here, so that's the biggest miss of all. Nando's, can't find a Nando's anywhere. Greg's, no Greg's. But apart from that, what's not to like, to be honest with you? Yeah, I mean they've got a company out here called Leroy Merlin, which is like a DIY. It's a bit like B&Q on steroids. Boy, oh boy, we think we've got good DIY centres. This place is unbelievable. You could go in here and spend an absolute fortune. They've got so much good stuff. Right, shines on and truth's peace. You're talking out your backside, mate. So I'm sorry. Yeah, Margaret, the dog is lovely. Yeah, let me know what you want in the future. I'll be back with Danny. I'll be back with Richard as well soon. Chris, yeah. Better without the small font chat in the background. Yeah, get rid of that. I don't like that. Liverpool. Oh, yeah, someone's just reminded me. Liverpool. Obviously, we can't talk about the case itself because someone's been charged now, so we can't talk about the case itself. What we can talk about is the police reaction to it. Now, I don't know what your views are. I don't know what your views on it out there. I don't know what they are, but I think that they done the right thing by telling us that it was a white British male that was responsible. The reason they did that is fairly obvious to anyone. It was to stop rumours flying around and, you know, people, I saw stuff on X, etc., which, again, we've learned lessons from that in the past. Obviously, there are still people out there posting on X that say to hell with the potential consequences. Well, they won't be thinking that if they get a knock on the door, will they? So they did the right thing, in my opinion, by letting us know. After all we want is the truth, right? All we want is the truth. We don't want any bells or whistles. We don't want any sugarcoating. We just want the truth. If it's a white man, say so. If it's a black man, say so. If it's a green man, say so. If it's a Martian, tell us. That's all we want. But here's the problem. Now they've done that. They've set a precedent, haven't they? They've set a precedent by telling the truth, which makes a bloody change. And Katie was right when she said that nobody trusts them anymore. Nobody trusts the police. Nobody trusts the authorities to tell us the truth. So that is why people are guessing. She called it, what did she call it? A life lesson or a life experience. A life lesson, I think. A lesson that's been taught to us. And the lesson is not to trust. So what happens next time a horrible event occurs and they don't tell us? That's the problem they now face. What happens when something takes place and we don't get a description of the individual? Then everyone is going to jump to conclusions. So they've now put themselves in the position where if they do tell us, we know exactly who it is. If they don't tell us, everyone's going to start guessing. My suggestion to forces around the country will be very simple. Just tell us the truth. It's not too difficult, is it? We're big boys and girls. We can take it. But it's the rumours and the lack of belief that causes the problems in the first place. Jack says he wants to see Rupert Lowe on my channel. I love to have Rupert Lowe on. Oh, talking about well-known people, I cannot end this evening without mentioning the one and only Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan, the man who has stalked, basically, the man who has basically stalked Tommy in the past in many respects. When I say stalked, he's been a perpetual hater or has been guilty of, let's put it nicely, being economic with the truth about Tommy. Well, I called Piers out months ago on X and he responded. I said, Piers, when he comes out, how about you man up and give him the chance to have his say? And Piers agreed. So Piers, he is now out. Are you a man or a mouse? Give the man the chance to have his say. Otherwise forever be known as a coward, because that's what people from our community, that's how they look at you, Piers. They look at you as a coward. And if you're the journalist that you purport to be, face another journalist. Let's hear two sides of the story. Do it live. Do it on wherever you like, whatever channel you like. Do it pay-per-view and all the proceeds can go to charity. That's a good idea. How about that one, Piers? Alan, Paul Thorpe, MP, sounds good. Do you know what? I would love to have done that years ago. I wish I had done, to be honest. Stargazer, what about Amnesty International? to help Lucy. The sentence is utterly out of proportion compared to those committing violence, and PDF politicians walk free. Yeah. Judge said Hughes could be rehabilitated. I mean, it's Stargazer. It's just incredible. Ginger Nuts, you're only back on as Tommy is out. That's why you're guilty. Oh dear. Some people, that's funny. He reminded me of Grizzly Adams with that beard. Tommy looked like the love child of David Bellamy and Tom Jones when he come out. He hasn't lost his sense of humour, though, has he? He said, what did he say? Have I got any taller? Opinion on Andrew Lawrence's joke and cancellation. Haven't seen it, Lauren. Angela says she likes the videos when you're just zooming about on the scooter. Well, I tell you what, when I get my motorbike is here, and it's going to be immense when I can get the camera out on the bike. I've got a few problems with the importation of the bike at the moment. Once that's sorted out, there's going to be some good videos. Daughter of the Kings of Kings would like to hear about how the government works in Spain. To be honest with you, I have no idea, and it's none of my business because I am not a Spanish citizen. I'm a British citizen. What the Spanish do is their business. They have every right to do what they want to do. I have no rights at all, I consider, in this country, apart from the right to be treated fairly. But I don't expect anything from the Spanish state, and I wouldn't want anything. If they offered it, I'd turn it down. I'm here under my own steam and my own finances. Everything that we have or we get, we will pay for, and that's the way it should be. And I'm very grateful to the Spanish for allowing us to come and stay. Julie, would be lovely to see you home, and how hard it's difficult is it to move to Spain? I mean, it's not too difficult if you've got the right connections, the right background. My wife can get one of many multiple passports because she has grandparents from across Europe. Jay Fitz, looks like the MSM are now turning on Starmer and the Attorney General. I think Tommy was right. The mainstream media have finished, and they really, nobody cares about what they say anymore. How are your Hampsteads, Paul? Not great, not too bad, but not great. Zephyrus K9 says there's some great food in Spain too. Yeah, there is. The Spanish are lovely people. They are indeed. Andrew Lawrence, Lawrence saying funny or too far. I've got to check that one out. Where can I see that joke? Life is better in Benidorm than Britain. It's actually funny when you go into Benidorm. I mean, it's just like Little England. Valerie, I went to Alicante in 1975 with my family when I was 15. Similar age to me then, Valerie. Paul Newton, start talking about ecology, diminishing hedgerows and pesticides. That's funny. Jack says, we need to get rid of the Tories and Labour. They are dangerous, aren't they? Just. Blasphemy. No Greg's, bloody heathens. That's funny. Margaret says, you seem to have found peace of mind, Paul. Can't really put a price on that. Looking well on it. You know what, Margaret? Contrary to what some people would like to have you believe, I care so much about what I do and what I was doing. I care so much about it that it was starting to make me ill. Not physically, but mentally. I wasn't having a good time. And I could cope with that all the time. I felt everyone had my back. But when people started to turn against me for completely bullshit, excuse the language, complete bullshit reasons and stories, that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. But there you go, it's done. But I am very, very happy. Thank you. Patricia Manning says, lovely Roy Merleys. Yeah, it's a great place. Graham, there must be an equivalent to Greg, so I haven't seen one. Jean Lee, Tommy is on the right side of history and shame the establishment. They need to turn it around real soon. Yeah. Colin, FFS Paul, Nando's and Greg's. Sharon says, you're more relaxed now, Paul. You seem so chilled. I work at B&Q. Can't imagine it on steroids. I'll tell you what, it is a B&Q on steroids. Tony says, they're always going to be haters, Paul. They don't know peace. That is very, very true indeed. Bloke on YouTube says, I'd missed the roar of St. James's Park. Fair enough. This is a rather different question. Terence Yeo says, Paul, what's your opinion on people who cannot afford Rolex watches buying fakes because they love the watch? Look, I think, Terence, I've got two views on that sort of thing. As a purist in the industry, I don't like counterfeits. But having said that, when you put it the way you've put it, I can understand that. It's every man has his own decision to make. But if they want to do that, that's down to them. Ugly Boy says the Royals have betrayed us. They do not deserve our loyalty. I do feel that's true, to be honest. Having said that, you know, I like Kate, I like William, but yeah. Jack says the UK is dead. Look, the UK will never die, Jack, but we're going through a period where, you know, look, as I said, I consider myself exiled. I need to be out of the UK for my own sanity and for my own safety. But you always come home, right? You always come home. Eventually, you always come back. Missed my Brighton. Paul's cooking now on microwave Greg's. Thank you, Gloria. I appreciate that. Let me have a little look here. Mouse Charger, sparring with you, Danny and Frank Bruno. Ask Dan. That sounds good to me. I think Dan's got something up his sleeve. I could be in trouble. Knobbing nuts, thank you, mate. Hi, Paul. You're looking a lot less stressed since you've taken a step back. Fair play, mate. Hope Spain is treating you well. One of the reasons I'm feeling better is because my wife is feeling better, and that means obviously everything to me. Jack says we want our country back. We do indeed. Jack again says, I don't care who the people are, whether they are white or black. If you do something good, you should get credit. If you do something bad, you should be able to count for it. Absolutely. But I'm wondering how they're going to deal with it in the future. Tony says, Piers is a lackey for the establishment. Singing the blues, Piers Morgan is a 24-carat plonker. Robert Rankin, sad man, Piers. Vanessa, Piers is a turncoat. Andy, say as it is. Andy Brooks says, sorry, mate, Piers is a grade A prick. You said it. Well, let's see if he's a man of his word. He said to me, he told me on X directly that he would give Tommy the chance to have his say in a one-to-one. So, Piers, we're going to hold you to that, my friend. We're going to hold you to that. And let's see if you're a man of your word. Right, guys, let me know how the stream has gone tonight, because as I said, it's a new setup for me. I don't know what you think in the background. It's a bit plain, but it is what it is. I'm not, totally set up. Hope the sound's been okay. Hope the picture's been okay. New internet connection, which I know very little about, so hopefully we know that it's working all right. And just to put me toe back in the water, because this is the first live for a couple of weeks. I think we'll end on a positive, shall we? Let's have a little look once again at that little dog's reaction to my daughter walking in the bedroom this morning, or yesterday morning, and saying hello to him. After a week ago, that's what he looked like. A week later, let's have a little look. And if that don't put a smile on your face, nothing will. Right, love to you all. We will see you soon. Be back very, very shortly. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what you would like to see on this channel in the future as well. What other topics would you like to see? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon. God bless everyone. Have a great weekend.